So my story is about a wilderness survival camping trip that I took when I was a Boy Scout. I was probably 14 or 15, and this was supposed to be a weekend camping trip, and so we drove to the on Friday evening. We drove to this campground in Virginia, and then we went up into the woods 2 or 3 miles, and because it was much colder than it was expected to be, and so we were told that we could use a couple of matches and we could use a little bit of plastic sheeting to create our shelter. Um, but for the most part, we were supposed to create our own shelter, and then that night we were expected to, um, because it was so cold, the scoutmaster was concerned that we wouldn't be warm enough, and because it was wilderness survival, we weren't supposed to have any food. But so he made up this sort of raspberry gruel thing. It was an instant mix that he made with boiling water. But he said it was warm, and it was literally freezing outside, and so he wanted us all to eat it, and so he sort of insisted that we would eat it, and there were 10 of us sitting around the campfire, and we're eating this stuff, and it's just awful, almost inedible, and so then he leaves the campfire for a little bit, to go set up his own site, his own place to sleep that night, and when he does, we basically all turn around and throw our raspberry gruel into the woods, and it was so disgusting. And so we spent a cold night out in the woods, each sort of on our own, and but we survived it. And the next morning, there were some younger scouts that were coming to the area, and they came by our campsite, and we the scoutmaster starts looking around. The scoutmaster that brings these younger campsites comes and talking to some of us, and he's showing some of these younger scouts, 10, 11 years old, some of the local flora and fauna, and he gets near the campfire, and he starts looking at this tree, and he's like, I've never seen this fungus before. What is this? It's the strangest thing. And our scoutmaster walked up to it and realized that, of course, it was this remnants of the stuff we had thrown, and we had not, in fact, eaten all of the food that we had said we were going to. But without missing a beat, he turned to the younger scouts and to this other scoutmaster and said, "Ah, that's Raspberrius cobblerus." And that was the end of it. We couldn't keep it together, but that was the end of that.